Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to an episode of Career Mode. And as you guys can see, there is the contract offer, and those are the 5 where England doesn't exist. So that was kind of the dilemma last episode, was that where did my England contract offer go? What in the world has happened to it? And so I took to you guys in the comments. I got a few YouTube comments, got a lot of tweets at me, and got quite a few Facebook messages as well, letting me know why this is happening. And that's my vibrator going off, but no, I had a game up against Liverpool, and I'll go back into the contract thing a little later on in this episode, but I had a game against Liverpool, an important game. This is the second leg of the European Cup, and I needed to do well in this. I believe they beat me 1-0 at home last time. I think that was the score anyways. So I needed to do well, regardless. You know, I wanted to go through in the Euro Cup, and it was a Liverpool game at Anfield. And it was going to be an intense game. It was going to be a good game, but I needed a lot of players on their full fitness, and in all honesty, I didn't exactly have that, but I felt as though my squad is definitely strong enough to go to the point where I could definitely win the game. But Muriel takes the ball on just from outside the box, dribbles in a little bit just to the inside, and powers that one home. I find that whenever I have him and El Shaarawy on at the same time, I'm guaranteed goals. It's just a complete game changer, but due to obviously a lot of fitness issues and things, it's not that often that I can actually have them on at the same time. If El Shaarawy isn't injured, it's usually some fitness issues, but some poor defending there leads to a nice goal from Henderson. A rarity, but nevertheless a nice goal, and definitely I was caught slacking on the defense side, but this game they decided to play Carroll. I believe in the first leg they didn't play Carroll, or if they did, he certainly didn't get involved in the game at all. But that is honestly an absolutely beautiful ball into Muriel, who found some space in behind the defenders and manages to get a penalty out of it, which was fantastic. Quite a strange penalty in all honesty, but Pepe Reina guesses the right way, but unfortunately just didn't have the stretch to get to Muriel's penalty shot. But like I said, you know, it was a fantastic ball, but I won 2-1. And the reason why I went through, guys, is because I know there's only a 1-goal difference, but sorry, there was a 1-goal difference in that game, which meant that it was 2-2 on aggregate. But the reason why I went through is because I scored 2 away goals, and they only scored 1 away goal, which means I progress on through, and it looks like I have Newcastle in the final of this, who beat Bordeaux 2-1, and that's a solid victory for them, and they'll definitely be pleased with that. But I'm through to the final, and I'm looking like it could be my first piece of silverware. Here is the sort of calendar for the next month. Look at that congestion, like that is just silly stuff. There's so many games, 3 in 1 week there. You got a Sunday, Wednesday, and then on Saturday. Like, that is just mind-boggling stuff. So I got Norwich next, then Manchester United. Also got my cup final, so I'm actually in 2 finals now, and that's really good, because I really hope I can bring back both of those, because I do think that I can beat both those teams, and that would just really make this season fantastic. And obviously a nice 4th place spot to go along would just be magnificent. That's something I've yet to do at QPR, which is bring back any silverware. I managed to do it as the France, what the hell am I trying to say here? The France international manager. I managed to win the World Cup, so that's the only trophy I've won so far. It'd be nice to add to that collection, you know, make the trophy cabinet of mine just look that little bit bigger, which is fair enough. And like I said, I had my Norwich City game up next. I decided, oh, and Baye is back from injury, by the way, guys, just so you know, if you guys are wondering why he's back in the squad, and maybe you didn't know why he previously wasn't in the squad. He is now back from injury, which is huge for me. I'm really happy to have him there. I did try Diakite at left back. You know, it worked, and you know, if it comes to it again, I'll happily play him at left back again, but I feel as though he's definitely more useful elsewhere on the pitch. But El Shaarawy in the 60th minute, it took all the way to the 60th minute for me to get a goal, which is usually quite rare in all honesty, but Norwich City put up a fantastic fight and only allowed me to score 1 goal, and that being said as well, it was in the 60th minute, so but an important 3 points that was. But I had United next. United are a team that I really want to be. It's a home game as well, so it's on my home turf, and I definitely feel as though I have the advantage on this one. But I reckon it'll be a tough game, no doubt. Again, wanted to put out a strong side for this. I was willing to put out, you know, definitely the strongest side I could for this one game, and then have to bench them for the next game, or, you know, bench some of the better players. So I decided, yeah, that would probably be the best way to go about this. And if you guys are wondering, you know, sometimes I don't show all of my selection in the videos. So if you guys are wondering, like, oh, why is Muriel on, for example, when you didn't put him on when you were messing around with the team management, it's just because I don't like to show the entire thing, because I actually spent quite a bit of time in team management every time before a game. But with that being said, as always, you guys absolutely hate it when I say with that being said, but yeah, fuck it. Muriel gets the first goal, and that is a nice goal. Good bit of movement, manages to get it, actually a really good touch past the defender, which opens up some space, and he pockets it near on the near post, which is very common throughout in the entire FIFA 13. I feel as though near post goals, and I kind of want to say online they're even easier to do than offline, but don't get me wrong, they're still relatively easy to do offline as well. But Insigne starting this game, no El Shaarawy, just in case. No, I don't want any injuries from El Shaarawy. I noticed Muriel really hasn't yet got injured, but I noticed that El Shaarawy does get injured, and, you know, quite frequently. So it's important that I keep an eye on his stamina and his fitness, because, you know, who knows what will happen this transfer window. Maybe I feel as though it's time for him to go. Maybe it's time for him to stay. Who knows? But Rooney there in the 57th minute gets one back, claws one back, and it was actually a really nice header. And I didn't realize that I had the penalty here. I have no idea why. I just didn't realize it, and I thought they were just doing a substitution. That's why the ref blew up. But it turned out I actually ended up getting a penalty off it, which is pretty awesome. And they bring on RVP, the hitman, and I was nervous there because this meant I had to score this penalty, because I knew if I didn't, RVP would come back to haunt me and score against me. But Muriel again goes into that top right corner, and goalkeeper goes the wrong way this time. Pepe Reina did a better job and actually went the right way. But a very strong victory for the squad. Also, City and Liverpool drawing at 2-2, which is good because it means they both drop points. But very happy with the way things are going. Manchester United are 9th in the table. What do you guys think to that? Let me know. And here is the Portugal offer. So I did do it, right? So a lot of you guys said, yo, Cal, you can have a maximum of 5 offers. So just go ahead and reject one. And I look here, and there are 6 offers, so that obviously wasn't the case. But nevertheless, I thought I might as well reject Hungary just to see if anything could happen, and nothing happened. I even did it again with Switzerland. I didn't show it here, but I also rejected the Switzerland one. And again, no England offer to be seen, so that is really devastating. Let me know, guys, on my Facebook page, what a manager's post should I take. I really am thinking about Portugal. I think that would be a fantastic challenge, and I'd love to bring them some glory. So let me know, guys, what would you think? Let me know on my Facebook page. Do I go back to France? Do I go to the Netherlands? Do I go Portugal? Or what's the deal, guys? Let me know. Thank you guys very much for watching. Have a cracking day, and I'll see you all later. Bye-bye.